Welcome back, everybody, to an exciting episode of MFW. Welcome back, all you wonderful, loyal MFers. I'll rethink the name. True believers, whatever you want to call yourselves, we have another installment of Multiverse Fantasy Warfare, but it's not Warzone this time. No, we mentioned our second brand, and it's here presented for you in all its glory. Fight Night. That's right, Fight Night is home to our Vigilante division, the Femme Fatale division for the women. Many new contenders to the vacant titles will be decided moving forward into our upcoming pay-per-view Flashpoint, which we've talked about before, which will decide the sort of face of our multiverse as we move on in MFW. Here in Cleveland, Ohio, we're kicking off, though, but it's not with a title contention match. No, this is for something a little bit different. Still important, though, to the future of this brand. And the winner of this match will become the director of Fight Night. That's right, it's sort of like our GM role. The director of Fight Night will have a great deal of executive power on the show. So no surprise, the first man to vie for that power is Red Skull, aka the Hydra Supreme. Now, of course, Hydra being in control of the show would set a very interesting tone for Fight Night moving forward. But they're not uncontested. There is a man representing an organization that has no intention of letting Hydra run the show. Quite literally. That being said, if Red Skull can pull out the victory here tonight, he will absolutely be in control of Fight Night moving forward. That could spell disaster for a lot of the heroes on the roster. But who's he going to face? Well, of course, someone from S.H.I.E.L.D. would have to oppose Hydra. No surprise there. And it is Nick Fury. That's right, director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Colonel, General, depending on your universe. And of course, many may not know this who are only familiar with the recent incarnations of Nick Fury, but this is actually the Nick Fury from the Ultimates universe. The main universe Nick Fury, a different individual. But this Nick Fury plans to become director of Fight Night and stop Hydra dead in its tracks before it can gain any traction. So let's kick things off. Oof! Big double axe handle start. Hydra coming out strong. No lockups and chain wrestling here, just looking to brutalize Nick Fury. Fury fighting back, takes him out of the ring early. Perhaps getting a little ahead of himself with that taunt there. Now, it would be interesting to bear in mind if this ends in some sort of double count out or double disqualification, then what that means for the role of director of Fight Night moving forward. No clue. But hopefully we'll have a decisive victor by the end of this match. You see the animosity between these two, though, just brawling on the outside. Almost no care for the fact that they could be counted out at any moment. Oof. Punch to the back of the head, it looked like. And now, knee to right in that base of the spine. Let's talk about that surgical precision, targeting a part of the body and continuing on it. Very smart tactics. No surprise coming from the head of a division that specializes in such things. Now, what either of these men will do with that kind of power running Fight Night will be interesting to see. However, keep in mind that that transition of power won't take place until after Flashpoint. Ooh, big back elbow. Oh, setting him up. This could be it. Skull's lining Fury up. Red Skull Buster lands it. Face first. Ref into the count. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Fury kicks out, not enough damage done for that to be the end. As we were saying, though, it will not kick in the transition of power until after Flashpoint. So they won't be able to make any changes to the title matches or the contenders that have already been decided and will be decided throughout the course of this night. However, after Flashpoint comes, it will be very clear how the shift in power will be handled moving forward. Oof. Ooh, stomping into the back. planting Fury face first into the mat. So far, Red Skull seems to be fairly in control of this matchup. There's been back and forth when it comes to controlling the offense, but for the most part, it's been a very dominant display by Red Skull. Oh, come on, using the ropes. Ref! Only a 1 count, but referee not seeing him use the ropes there. I mentioned this before, though. Heroes and villains alike are not quite set by the competitive rules that most are. So no surprise there. But I wouldn't be surprised if someone as crafty as Fury used the same tactic. Going up top. Elbow drop right across the chest. Once again, surprisingly, Red Skull's been pretty dominantly in control. Both these men exposed to a super soldier serum. They've both enhanced bodies. Even with the power dampeners in the arena, they still are an incredibly impressive form, athletically. Despite that fact, though, it has not been a very even match. It seems like Red Skull has pretty much taken all the offense here. Fury really needs to make a comeback if he's going to turn things around. Rolling out of that leg lock. Deep 6! In for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. Barely kicks out before the 3, but that came out of nowhere. It just shows you how close he was to victory with that one move. That's the kind of comeback we're talking about here. If he can just get the right moves in to make the biggest impact at the crucial moments, he can turn this around. I may have already done so, looking at the fact that he's in control of Red Skull. Swapping rolls now. Big right hands over the Red Skull of his opponent, and then a knee right to the face. Oh, rolled up, played a little possum, caught him in a roll up. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Some desperation maneuvers by Red Skull here. Ooh, big back elbow. And a clothesline. Absolutely leveled Red Skull on that one. Boot to the face, fighting out of this. Wiping his boots on the mat. Disrespectful from Red Skull here. As he hoists him up on the... Oh! What is he thinking? Oh no, we saw something like this from Superman to Lex Luthor. This dangerous maneuver, this outside superplex. Dear God, oh! Planted flat on the spine. That could be it. I mean, Superman ended his match with that move and a flying elbow drop. I don't think Fury's back can take much more damage. Red Skull knows it. Somehow Fury trying to fight out of this. Getting in a headlock now might be the smartest thing. He took a lot of damage to the back, trying to wear down Red Skull and slow down the pace. Whenever Red Skull seems to have dictated the pace, he runs away with it, and that causes a lot of trouble for Fury. Red Skull fighting out, though. Northern Lights suplex. High angle on that one. Quite an arch. And Red Skull perhaps thinking of what he needs to do next to put away Nick Fury. Taking his time, letting his stamina get back into his lungs. Trying to feel out what his next move is going to be. With these two men in particular, very much like a game of chess. Trying to think 2 moves ahead, 3 moves ahead, 4 moves ahead, as far as you can. Big DDT there to stay in control of the match. Setting up for another Red Skull Buster, perhaps. Aiming for it. Lands it. That's got to be it. 2 in a row. 1, 2. Kicks out at only a 2. Red Skull clearly frustrated. This is very surprising. Being planted face first with 2 of those finishers, especially after an outside superplex like that. Just shows you the resiliency and the toughness of a Nick Fury. Taking him in the corner, not sure what... Ooh, oh! Kick to the spine, followed up by a final cut. I've been very surprised with the lack of consistent offense from Nick Fury here. Belly to belly. Going for a quick pin. Don't think it's going to be enough, but he's going for it. 2 count. Nearly 2.5. But that does not mean that Nick Fury's out of this match, like we said. And as we saw earlier with that quick deep six out of nowhere, it's entirely possible for him to hit a huge move when Red Skull least expected. Red Skull this time trying to wear down Fury, turn the tables. And this is also a good strategy for Skull when he dictates the pace, because he's already worn down Fury quite a bit. Oh, wait. This could be it. Hits another second deep six. In for the pin. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Your new director of Fight Night moving forward will be Nick Fury. That effectively puts S.H.I.E.L.D. in control of Fight Night. Personally, if I had to choose between these two factions, I feel more comfortable with Nick Fury in control than Red Skull. That is not to say that he is going to be entirely... We'll move on. I like to keep my job. As we are moving forward, looking to replays here, you can see at many points in this matchup, Red Skull was absolutely in control of the match, but all it took was that deep six out of nowhere that second time, and it was over. Congratulations to Director Fury, new director of Fight Night. As we move forward, we're set to have a match between Hulk and Darkseid to pick one of our contenders for the Omega level championship. And I'm sorry, what? We'll be cutting backstage very quickly. We're getting reports that some sort of altercation is happening backstage. Come on, get the cameras back there. Oh! It looks like Darkseid has attacked Hulk before the match could even begin in the backstage area. Has to be an attempt to take out the competition before they can compete. I mean, unfortunately, it's an effective, if ruthless, tactic. If he takes out his competition here, there's absolutely no reason to believe he won't be inserted into that match without having to fight Hulk in the first place. Hulk fighting back, though, here. These two behemoths just brawling it out. Big Boot doesn't even floor him. I mean, I'm not surprised, but we have to get some security back there, something to break this up. If we're not careful, these two could destroy a lot of property back there. We're hoping nobody in backstage area gets caught up in this mess, obviously. I mean, there's very few individuals, period, who would attempt, thrown hard into that wall, who would attempt to attack, especially sneak attack someone like the Hulk. Such a narrow corridor between these two behemoths trying to fight, these Goliaths. Between the two of them, blocking that entire hallway. Hulk trying to drag Darkseid further into the corridor here. We'll try to get somebody to break this up as soon as possible. I'm not sure we have any security willing, much less able, to break up the brawl between these two. Director Fury will have to deal with something like this moving forward. Oh, get him by the throat. Chokeslam backbreaker. Right on the lower spine of Hulk. Darkseid now seems to be firmly in control of Hulk. Seems to be the theme of our early goings here in Fight Night, is taking control of one's opponent. Oh, right into that electric box. What is he thinking here? No. Darkseid's not. What is he thinking here? He's got Hulk on the ropes here. Oh, no. Anti-life pile driver. Come on, stop this. Oh, head first into the floor. We're told security just showed up. They're breaking things up back there. Darkseid seems to have walked away. We'll try to get a medical update on Hulk. Mr. Banner, if you will. Hopefully, everything is okay. He could have a concussion, perhaps a neck injury. He won't be competing tonight, obviously. We apologize for that. That match will be unable to move forward, but we'll move on. Show must go on to our women's division here, the Femme Fatale division, as we call it on Fight Night, as Mystique, accompanied here by Magneto and Sabretooth of the Brotherhood, will be competing for one of the potential spots for that Femme Fatale championship. Of course, that championship will not be on the line at Flashpoint. There's only so many matches on the card and only so many titles that can be on the line. However, moving forward after Flashpoint, there will be a Femme Fatale Championship match. The winner of this match will be one of the contenders in that matchup. Obviously, with it being after Flashpoint, there is a possibility that Nick Fury being in control can have an effect on what that match will be, or who the contenders will be, or who will have a shot at that championship. So there is some effect already coming through on our first matchup and the consequences of that as we get ready for Mystique to go one-on-one with her opponent, as we bring in another quarter of the Shield faction. Black Widow, obviously an Avenger as well, but here on Fight Night, the faction she is a part of is Shield, working alongside Director Fury and two other men who will be in tag team action later tonight. That's right, our entire first half of our first episode of Fight Night is Shield heavy, but can they all pick up wins? Or will Fury be the last as well as the first? Referee ringing the bell, and here we go. Ooh, big roundhouse kick right off the bat. Tossing Widow by the hair, and so far, a dominant display from Mystique. Aggressive tactics. Ooh, clothesline into the corner though from Widow. Fighting back. Shifting the momentum in her favor. Ooh, big kick to the gut, and then a... Oh! Sort of a blockbuster-style neck breaker. These two very evenly matched. People might be surprised, but Mystique is not just a shapeshifter. She has training in hand-to-hand combat, as well as has worked as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., oddly enough, in the past, as well as other organizations. Skilled in espionage and assassination as well. It's a very similar skill set to Black Widow. Very evenly matched, these two. Mystique getting a little confident here. She wrenches into the back of the neck. Now, will Magneto and Sabretooth play a role in this at all? Or will this simply come down to the one-on-one efforts of these two women? And we've seen in various matches where the outside accompaniment don't actually play into effect. But we've also seen matches where they're very crucial. Mystique has her on the ropes. Irish whip here. Oh, looked like he went for a kick to the gut. Gets backed up against the ropes in return. And now, oh, scoops the legs. Big catapult here. Right into the second rope. Throat first. Like caught her maybe around the chest. These two fiery redheads fighting for control. Thus far, though, it seems like Mystique has really dictated the pace. Here we go. Body double. Going in for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Hit that body double out of nowhere. Black Widow unable to kick out. Mystique picks up a big win. Moving forward, she will be one of the contenders for the Femme Fatale Championship, currently vacant. Congratulations goes out to the Brotherhood, Mystique in particular. A definitive win here for her. S.H.I.E.L.D. has a chance to redeem itself here, though. They're 1 for 1, if you will. 1 for 2. 1 and 1. Wasn't great at maths. But now we have tag team action. Here on Fight Night is the Earth's Mightiest Tag Team Championships that are vacant. And these two men will be contending against two members of Hydra. Captain America and Winter Soldier, members of the Greatest Generation. Captain America, one of, but not the first Avenger, despite popular belief. These two will be going into battle against some rather heated opponents, if you know the history with at least one of these individuals making their way to the ring representing Hydra. We've already seen their leader, Red Skull. These two men, Taskmaster and Crossbones. Many may not be familiar with Taskmaster, but there are many who have been introduced to him through recent installments of the Spider-Man series of games. Crossbones has been introduced to people through MCU. However, those who know the comics know that this man was responsible for the assassination of Captain America. Now that these two are in the ring at the same time, you got to imagine there's going to be a lot of hostility and animosity between those two. Can't wait to see what happens when they get their hands on each other. Responsible for Winter Soldier's fate after that incident. There's a lot of history with these four. Obviously, Taskmaster has taken on the Avengers as well. Coming out the gates hot with a big clothesline. Oh, sneak attack. A sucker punch right to the back of the head from Taskmaster. Keeps Captain America from being able to capitalize on that big clothesline right away. But that's the kind of tactics you are going to expect from a group like Hydra. Already wrenching at the spine with these sort of a single leg Boston Crab camel clutch combination. Crossbones keeping Captain America in his team's corner. This is smart tag team action here. Keep him away from his partner. Isolate him. Big scoop slam into the ropes. Sort of stalking his target here. Big European uppercut. Sweeping the leg here is now Crossbones dragging Captain America towards his corner, making the tag. See, this is again a very smart tag team action here. Working together very smoothly. These two know each other not just as people who have worked for Hydra before. Ooh, getting reversed here. But they were members of Taskmaster's School of Crime. Know each other quite well because of that. That being said, the chemistry obviously between Captain America and Winter Soldier is without question, having worked together for so long, but they were enemies at a time. So there could be some bumpiness in their teamwork compared to Taskmaster and Crossbones. Ooh, big clothesline. Dragging him up from the corner there into it looks like it's going to be a backbreaker. Oh, picks him up for another one. Second backbreaker over the spine. Impressive power there. Doesn't see Captain America crawling for the tag. It stops him just in time. Ooh, big kick to the top of the head. And a right hand. Rogers finally makes the tag here. Winter Soldier getting into this match. Ooh, big boot across the jaw though. And a quick tag made. Once again, I'm very impressed with the teamwork of Hydra so far, knowing when to make opportune tags, keeping their opponent isolated from their partner as much as possible. Oof, big close onto the back of the neck. As this arm drag takedown attempts to... Oh, big boot across the jaw. Winter Soldier not having any of this. Oh, that cybernetic arm leveled into the inner knee repeatedly. I'm not surprised you see Crossbones clutching that knee so painfully there. Seems to be working on the leg specifically. Perhaps trying to take the power base away from Crossbones, a larger opponent than Bucky Barnes. Getting in the face of his downed opponent here. But he needs to stay on him. Hydra's done a lot more damage to Shield here than the other way around, so they can't afford to let things like this happen where fresh man is tagged back in. Ooh, big flying forearm across the face. Now a rolling thunder. stomping on the spine here and wrenching into it. Taskmaster's photographic reflexes allow him to use the moves of others, so you're going to see a lot of finishing maneuvers, signature maneuvers from other competitors. However, they don't have quite the impact of those competitors because they are not exactly with the same body types or skill sets as those individuals. Oh, big boot, sort of a bicycle boot. Another tag made, this one into a double team. Backbreaker. Crossbones up top with a knee to the face. Busts open Bucky Barnes. You can see the blood. Rogers breaking it up, but wiping away at that blood is Buchanan. Fighting out of this, but his partner is now off the apron. Oh, big chop block to the knee. Once again going for that leg, targeting the knee, working it over as much as possible. It's a kind of ruthless and surgically efficient strategy you get from someone like Winter Soldier. Rogers still downed on the outside. And now he's setting him up, looking for that cybernetic clothesline. Lands it! Big cybernetic arm right across the chest. Only a 1 count, though, broken up by Taskmaster because his partner was not able to interfere with that. Big down. Oh, wait a minute. Got him up. Backdrop on the apron. Spine first on the hardest part of the ring. But Barnes needs to focus on his opponent, the legal man here. Spent a little too much time with the crowd here. In my opinion, I would have immediately taken advantage of that moment. Ooh, big kick, rolling enziguri. Oh, I was going to say in his teammate's corner there, but he doesn't capitalize on it. Ends up being thrown into the post. Oh, big helmeted headbutt to the exposed face. Now Crossbone's getting a little cocky, but you can't really blame him. Hydra has been very effective in this match. Considering Red Skull was unable to become director of Fight Night. Oh, we're seeing it again. Backbreaker. Could see another knee to the face. Going for the pin. Rogers breaks it up again. Going back to the point we were making, because Nick Fury is now the director of Fight Night moving forward, this could very well be a last chance sort of situation for Hydra. They need to pick up this win, become contenders for the tag team titles, or, oh, big swanton bomb, or they may never get a chance again. There's no guarantee that SHIELD would ever sanction a title match for them, whether or not they are attempting to be fair and unbiased. So they're looking at this as a do-or-die situation. If they do not win, there's no guarantee they get close to those tag team titles again. Oof, big left arm clothesline out of the corner. Whereas for SHIELD here, obviously, if you want to keep Hydra from gaining any more ground than they already have. Ooh, whiffing on the roundhouse kick. Or spinning back kick, I should say, is more accurate. Regardless, as I was saying, SHIELD looks at this as an opportunity to put a nail in the coffin, so to speak, of Hydra. Keep them away from the title picture. Tag made. Captain America attempting a scoop slam there and gets slipped through. Sling blade. We could be seeing another rolling thunder. There it is, right in the middle of the ring. Such a capable fighter is Taskmaster, for those who don't know. Not just trained in so many styles of combat, but can copy any move he sees. Ooh, backbreaker. Knee to the face. That tag team finisher of theirs is so devastating, but it keeps getting broken up. Oh, and the referee has been taken out. Looked like the cybernetic arm of Winter Soldier caught the ref in the back of the head. And things have devolved into chaos here now. big knee. Taskmaster laid out. Rogers laid out. Crossbones, I'm surprised, didn't take advantage of this downed referee to look for a weapon or attempt any illegal maneuvers. Unsure why, but perhaps not wanting to risk even the slightest possibility of a disqualification and losing this opportunity. Entirely possible. Oh, punch to the chest! That hard punch, going for a quick pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Epic matchup between these two. Neither team wanting to back down. Another big tackle from Rogers here. Taskmaster begging for a tag here, but Rogers keeping between his opponent and him. Oh, wow, just turned him inside out. 1, 2, only a 2 count. I'm surprised. Taskmaster didn't even bother to break that up. Must have had faith he would kick out on his own. Oh, going for Old Glory. Lands it. Send him up the flagpole. 1, 2. Broken up. Somehow Taskmaster not getting caught. Oh! Taskmaster was aiming that back kick for the jaw of Winter Soldier, but caught Captain America in the process. Actually worked out in his favor. While Winter Soldier took Taskmaster out of the equation, Crossbones is too dazed now to really take advantage of Steve Rogers. The other two fighting on the outside now. Another big scoop slam, but he's exhausted now as Captain America. Big splash. Going for the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Both these teams have to be wondering, what do we have to do to put away these guys? Ooh. Triangle lock, looks like. Latched in. It's not quite the best in the world execution, but I consider it to be quite good. Big fist drop. Rogers setting up for a clothesline of his own. A patriotic close. Oh! Power slam. Such a quick snap execution from Crossbones. Very impressive. Oh, big neckbreaker takes out Winter Soldier. This could be a huge opportunity for Hydra here. Oh! Plants his fist into the mat, though. You see Crossbones keeping Rogers in his team's corner despite the fact that there's no one on the apron to tag. Still smart. Keep him away from any possibility of a tag as much as possible. Looked like he was setting up for another Old Glory there and then decided against it. Perhaps seeing a better opportunity in mind. Ooh. Hanging him up on that bottom rope. We've seen maneuvers like this before. Lining him up. Drop kick. In for the pin. 1, 2. Rogers fighting back against Taskmaster now, getting sick of all the interference. Oh! Made the crucial mistake of not ensuring that he was taken out of commission. That was an Aquaman move right there, that half fisherman suplex. As you see now, Crossbones laid out, Rogers crawling. Both men in bad shape, need to make tags. Winter Soldier begging for one here. Makes it! Oh, but dodging the dropkick, and suddenly things are not looking good for S.H.I.E.L.D. Has him up on the turnbuckle. Big right hand. This is awesome, chat. It's ringing out throughout the arena as we see another potential dangerous maneuver here. Outside superplex. It's becoming a popular suicide maneuver. Some of the more brutal members of our rosters here. No surprise following the first superhero in trends. A lot of these superstars want to say anything you can do, I can do better, Soups. count has begun. As we're outside the ring with a snap suplex. We talk about the animosity between Fury. Big enziguri. Fury and Skull, and how that could have led to a disqualification or counter if they weren't careful, and nearly came close on the outside. And that is the danger here. Reverses into a huge DDT, just spikes him. Already at a 6 count. Big right hands just unloading. Already at an 8 count. Oh, stomp low. 9 count, gets in the ring. I don't think he's going to make it in time. And that's the 10 count. Hydra wins by count out. That's a disappointing way to end this, but you can't be surprised that Crossbones would take advantage of that moment. A floored opponent on the outside at a 9 count. No way he was getting up before the 10. Wisely took advantage. It's unfortunate. That was a hell of a match. Both teams putting so much on the line. But at the end of the day, a winner is a winner, and the winner has been decided. And it is Hydra. Hydra will be one of your contenders for the Earth's Mightiest Tag Team titles at Flashpoint. Well, that's all it for me. Thank you for joining us once again. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for joining us. Hit that notification bell. I have been Roman Empire, and this is the first half of Fight Night.